So much. I think yesterday he was in impairment for a while. He was in impairment for almost 3 hours before even the period that brought about that whole value. I think the whole issue is because of the stay. You know, there are varied opinions as to the effect of a stay, of filing of a stay of execution after a judgment. The judgment was given on Monday, and on the same day, the counsel for the respondent, that is Matthew Yendam's counsel, filed a notice of appeal at the Court of Appeal, and then on the same day, just within a few minutes, then he filed the notice of appeal. Remember the notice of appeal before I said the stay of execution. You know, the stay of execution is always has to always be filed after you file a notice of appeal. And so after filing the notice of appeal at the Court of Appeal, you come back to the High Court. Usually the stay is filed at the court that has heard the case, or that has given the judgment. And so that is where we are. Unfortunately, we don't have a date yet. But you see, if you look at the stay itself, even though Yendam has been, by the judgment of the High Court, the whole results have been annulled, and then he's not supposed to hold himself out as the MP for the area, and for that matter, he's actually not supposed to come to Parliament. But if you look at the decisions that have been held in our courts, as a lawyer myself, I know that once a stay is filed, a special stay of execution, to a large extent, it has to be respected until the stay is heard and determined.
Whether granted or not, the fact that it's been filed.
Yes, because you see, a stay is grounded, a special stay of execution is grounded on certain principles. And if you don't take your time, because you see, one key principle is irreparable loss or damage. So for instance, if within the period of the stay, you say the loser, you understand? If you say he's right or he cannot hold himself out as the MP, now within that period, it means that whatever happens, assuming the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, the stay is heard, the application for stay is heard and determined, and it goes in his favor. That period that has been lost cannot be replaced. You understand? And I have done cases. In fact, when this matter came up, there was a case I did. I would have wished to be on the other side to say that you shouldn't come back to court. But there was a case I did in Tema. And it was classical. And I came on the opposite side. I came from the side that Yendam is. Because I had this client, a tertiary institution, that had rented someone's property for 4 years, paid the rent. I think the rent was about 30,000 Ghana cedis those times. And then had to renovate the property. The property was in a very bad shape, and because he was starting his tertiary, it's a private university, a private college, and then he invested over 300,000 Ghana cedis in addition to the rent to put the place in good shape. Having done that, this was something the landlord was aware of, because the landlord, you saw him adding value to this property and doing all this. Now the mistake the guy did was that he never sat down to let this be added to the rent. But according to him, there was that verbal agreement. I was not there at that stage. Now, 4 years is up. There's no written agreement that the extra 300,000 the man has, which was like 10 times the rent value, should also be calculated in years. Now the landlord comes back to say, I need my property back. And you know the sharing institutions, sometimes the location of the campus can tell the students you get. You understand? Now you are telling him to pack out. You want your property back in 4 years. When students are there, steady, where is he moving to? Where is he now going to get it? And now he comes out to say, but I spent 300,000, which you are aware. I said, but where is it in the agreement? Unfortunately, it wasn't in the agreement. So they went to court. The court referred them to ADR, alternative discipline. And then the ADR people settled it. That no, once it was not agreed, he should back out. And then he came and the court adopted that judgment against my client. No, he was not my client then. Then he comes to me and says that this is a situation and we can back out because we have students. Where do we go with the students? We don't have any campus. And at this point, I can't. So I don't go into the matter. And I said that no, this one, we always have the issue of special considerations. Yes, it may not have been in a distance, but was the landlord aware that you were adding value to the property? And what was the agreement? Even if it was not written, our agreement doesn't necessarily need to be written down. You understand? And so I filed the notice of appeal and I filed the stay. And on the day they were hearing the stay, I brought out all the issues. Because one, you have to prove that the appeal you have is not frivolous. It has a chance of success. 2, you are coming not by mala fide, but by bona fide.
Bona fide.
You understand? Because there are some cases, you see, one consideration is that when a court sees that this is a client, or this is a person who disrespects the court, you have disrespected an order of the court. Now you are in the same court, seeking for the court to assist you. You have acted mala fide, and now you are coming as a bona fide seeker. You understand? Yeah. And so they look at it and they ask the woman, were you aware that the person was adding value to your property? And she said, yeah, but I never agree. I never told him to do it. He did it on his own. But you saw the value being added. And then, we brought out all the receipts of whatever material we brought there. We brought out all the pictures, how the property was and how it became, and all those things. And the court haven't evaluated all the evidence, said that no. For instance, if the man is asked to leave, and eventually our appeal succeeds, and he's going to come back. Remember, once he has left, that's a school he's running. Yeah. He has to move the campus elsewhere. And you are thinking that he can easily go like that, and tomorrow when the appeal is heard and he succeeds, then he moves the campus back. You can't be moving people here and there like that. I think tomorrow we say that University of Ghana should leave University of Ghana campus and move to, where are they going to get the land that they are on? You understand? And tomorrow they should come back. So the court will look at a lot of factors. Right. And the court came to the determination and no, allow the appeal to go. So as for me, as a practicing lawyer, I would say that in the interim, Martin should be allowed to come to be in court, to be in parliament, pending the hearing of the application. My fear is that, you see, the way, they filed the stay of execution on the same day. Now, if you find a lawyer filing the stay of execution on the same day, 99, in fact, I don't want to even say 100%, 99.99% of the time, he's only going on the omnibus ground of appeal. Okay. Because that time, you don't have the judgment. Yeah. On the day of the reading of the judgment, and remember the judge even said that the judgment will be read on Friday. Yeah. So you don't even have the judgment as counsel to file your appeal. But the law allows you to file an appeal based on the omnibus ground. And then you must add a line that says that additional grounds to be filed upon the receipt of the judgment of the court. If you don't have that ground, then you are doomed. I believe that was done. Hopefully. But you see, because the court that will be hearing this stay would want to see the grounds you have stated in your appeal. So I believe by now the lawyer, once he receives the judgment tomorrow, he would have to read the judgment and quickly go and file additional grounds of appeal before the date for the hearing. Else, if he goes to court with just one ground of appeal, which is the omnibus ground, it is so weak. Sometimes the omnibus grounds is deemed to be very weak. You have to come read through the judgment and fish out the issues you have with that judgment, other than the omnibus grounds. You can go with the omnibus ground, but you are going on a very weak start. You understand? Right. So I am not for the position that he should not. People are of the opinion that no, once the judgment, there's an order of the court, he has to respect the order of the court. But once he's also in court again, actually, if he had filed only the notice of appeal, that could not have been interpreted to mean a stay. Right. But now that he has a stay, I think he has every right to come to parliament and participate in the proceedings. Thank you so